Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce a community leader who is also very generous with his time. Mayor Jesse Molina has demonstrated service to his country as a United States Marine and to Moreno Valley as a councilman and community member. His affinity for service spans working with youth in programs such as league baseball and football and working with his church, to his dedication to serving Moreno Valley on the City Council. A Moreno Valley resident since 1988, Mayor Molina has represented District 1 since 2008. Mayor Molina is keenly focused on all facets of city government. He is particularly dedicated to having a safe, clean city and ensuring effective economic development to create quality jobs in Moreno Valley. Please welcome Mayor Jesse Molina. I'm going to get out of your way.
The theme this year is 30 years working for people, pride, and progress. And Dr. Mayo, thank you for your kind introduction. I appreciate the Chamber's partnership with the city to build businesses and promote our wonderful community. I'm honored to be here today to present the state of the city. I want to begin by acknowledging my fellow city council members. You work hard for the good of this community. You work with professionalism and heart, and you work with a sense of humor and humility. We may not always agree on everything, but we do agree on one thing. Moreno Valley is a great city with a bright future, and I know we're moving in the right direction. We agree? Mayor Pro Tem Baca, Councilmember Stewart, Councilmember Price, would you please stand to be recognized for your tireless efforts on behalf of the City Council. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize my wonderful wife, Lydia, who has been my partner in life for more than 40 years. She's always been my biggest supporter and has sacrificed much to enable my service to our community. It chokes me up. And today, I'd like to thank you, Lydia, on behalf of the city for all that you've done to make this each and every day, to make Moreno Valley a strong community. As I look around the room, I recognize that it's filled with the community stakeholders who are fully invested in Moreno Valley's success. I deeply appreciate your involvement in our community. Heartfelt. This year marks our city's 30th anniversary and provides a wonderful opportunity to look back on all that's been accomplished by and for our community. And at this point in the program, we'd like to present a video that highlights some of the changes since 1984 and what's been done over the past year to keep Moreno Valley moving forward. Please roll the video.
Keeping our fiscal house in order is part of what makes Moreno Valley a healthy city. I'm rookie council member George Price, and I'm pleased to announce that Moreno Valley is on sound financial footing, and we plan to keep it that way.
"30 years ago, residents from the Edgemont, Moreno, and Sunnymead areas came together to form a brand new city that prioritizes managed growth and takes pride in self-governance. At that time, the operating budget was just $7 million, and the population of the newly created city barely crested 50,000. Today, Moreno Valley is Riverside County's second largest city. We're a thriving community of nearly 200,000 people and home to hard-working, growing families. Moreno Valley also has the unique distinction of having a 2-year balanced general fund budget. Because of the council's strong leadership, the city is now living within its means, and its fiscal position is more stable than it has been in many years. To meet our goal of providing the highest level of customer care, service hours at city offices have been restored to full-time levels for the first time in 5 years, allowing staff to provide even more service to residents and businesses. At the core of all of our city services is the new citywide customer care initiative. With service that soars as its mantra, this program is involving the entire city workforce in identifying service standards, defining key objectives, and providing relevant training. A steering committee and more than 100 employees who have volunteered to assist are crafting a dynamic program to ensure that the ongoing commitment to customer care is woven into all that the city does. Looking forward, it is important to recognize that challenges lie ahead. While operating within a balanced budget and with a prudent level of planned contingency funding in place, city revenues are growing at a very gradual pace. Since costs for key services increase at a higher rate than city revenues, there's hard work ahead to craft next year's spending plan. We'll continue to innovate, prioritize, and deploy technology to services in the most cost-efficient manner possible. The city's most significant challenge will be to manage public safety costs, where 8 to 10% annual increases translate to more than $3 million annually. The city will continue to fully report and explain financial information so that residents understand how their tax dollars are being spent and to assist them in providing input to the City Council. Public meetings and study sessions will ensure openness and transparency as budget planning begins this fall for the next 2 fiscal years. To maximize service to Moreno Valley residents, the city captured more than $11 million of grant funds this past year alone. We secured $1.3 million in state and federal highway funds, which will go to improving infrastructure. The city received $5.6 million to provide after-school programs at 47 locations across the city. To assist Moreno Valley families, the city used $1.5 million in federal home funds to finance quality affordable housing units and $3.5 million in neighborhood stabilization program monies to help Moreno Valley families experience the pride of home ownership. The Moreno Valley community takes care of our neighbors in need. $1.7 million in community development block grant funds support local nonprofit organizations providing services across the city. These funds help support food programs, provide emergency services such as rent or utility assistance, and even temporary shelter. They're also used to offer resources for victims of abuse, homeless or jobless veterans, and help with finding employment. This city will continue to aggressively pursue grant funds and seek additional resources to invest in enhancing the quality of life for all Moreno Valley's residents.
Together we have faced some tough challenges in preparing next year's budget. Rising public safety costs are among them. However, public safety is our #1 priority, and together we will find a solution. We would like to thank our police and fire department for the outstanding job they do each and every day.
Hi, I'm Richard Stewart, City Council Member, City Council District Number 2. I've been serving you as your councilman for 24 years. Public safety has always been a high priority, and it continues to be such. Now we're going to share with you a few of the efforts in public safety that are being made on your behalf.
The City of Moreno Valley has been well served by its partnership with Riverside County for delivery of police and fire services. We are profoundly grateful to the dedicated men and women who have served this community for 30 years. Crime data showed 77 serious crimes for every 1,000 Moreno Valley residents. As of December 2013, that rate dropped by nearly 60%, with nearly 33 serious crimes per 1,000 residents. Moreno Valley is just as safe, or safer, than nearby communities. Working together over the years, we have created a stronger and safer Moreno Valley. City Hall works closely with our police department to understand what's happening on our streets. While some crimes are impossible to prevent, our community is banding together to tackle crime, particularly drug crimes, which continue to affect various areas of our city. This involves immediate and long-term steps. Police special teams continue to make arrests daily, removing criminals from our neighborhoods. The city has invested $2 million in a public safety camera system with 260 cameras at 24 locations, including intersections, parks, and rooftops. As has been accurately reported by several news outlets, the camera system allowed police to locate the suspect in a recent shooting incident. We're beginning to link video cameras at businesses to our public safety system, extending the police department's ability to deter and solve crimes. We're engaging community groups and forming neighborhood watch programs. We are also encouraging the use of Nextdoor.com to strengthen neighborhood relationships. Our neighborhood kids need meaningful activities to steer them away from crime and toward bright futures. The city is actively supporting arts and music programs, as well as after-school programs. As the city's budget stabilizes, we seek opportunity to target available funding toward police special operations and patrols. To help businesses grow along Sunnymead Boulevard, the City Council initiated community meetings within that business district. The Moreno Valley Police Department worked extensively to reduce criminal activity in the area and continues to do so today. Officers have walked through the area, visiting businesses and chatting with residents. This example of old-fashioned community policing is making a real difference along this primary business corridor. The demand for fire services has grown dramatically. Since the city's formation, fire crews have seen nearly 500% increase in calls for service. Crews at our 7 stations responded to nearly 16,000 emergency incidents in 2013. Medical emergencies represent the vast majority of service calls at well over 12,000 last year. Fire personnel provided rescue and paramedic advanced life support care at more than 1,100 traffic collisions. Over the past year, crews have rushed to the scene of several major incidents. At the Stonegate Fire, 70 firefighters successfully contained a 3-alarm blaze that involved multiple apartment units. Crews spared the complex from losses that could have exceeded $1 million, and they staffed an evacuation center that kept residents safe. In March, 32 firefighters rapidly responded to aid residents on Adrienne Avenue, containing a 2-alarm apartment fire and greatly limiting damage to nearby units. This spring, fire crews responded when flames broke out in an apartment complex on Courage Street. 50 Moreno Valley firefighters battled this 2-alarm incident and limited damage to only 6 apartments. Saving time means saving lives, and now fire and ambulance teams can arrive at urgent incidents even more quickly. Emergency vehicle preemption signals have been installed in key locations throughout the city. Emergency vehicles are detected by traffic signals as they approach, giving them a green light to move through intersections without delay. The city's Office of Emergency Management is generating a new sense of excitement about emergency and disaster preparedness. The Community Emergency Response Team now has 50 additional resident volunteers trained to assist in many types of emergency events. The Emergency Response Force sprang into action at 4 apartment complex fires within the past year, providing critical support to first responders. Another important factor in public safety is animal care and control. You can tell a great deal about a community by how it cares for pets without a home. The City Council challenged our animal shelter staff to come up with creative solutions to dramatically increase the number of pets placed in lifelong, loving homes. The team stepped up to this challenge with hard work and creativity. First, we opened our doors on both weekend days to make it easier for residents to quickly reclaim lost pets and adopt dogs, cats, and a wide array of companions. Over the past year, 31 adoption events were held, finding forever homes for more than 800 pets. A strong media campaign that includes a Pet of the Week feature now streams on multiple sites and the city's government access channel.
This week's dog is Mouse, and he's an amazing 5-year-old Airedale Terrier and German Shepherd mix. While Mouse may look like an intimidating guard dog, he really is just a sweetheart looking for love. An incredible big dog with an even bigger heart, Mouse is the perfect candidate for man's best friend. This week's cat is Missy, and she's an adorable 4-month-old Tortie medium hair mix. Now it doesn't matter if it's playtime or relaxation time. Missy is always the ultimate purr factory. And while working at the purr factory may be a full-time job, that doesn't stop Missy from enjoying her work. These pets and more are waiting at the Moreno Valley Animal Shelter for a loving family to bring them home. Come by and find a friend today.
A highly popular ad campaign showcases Ellsworth the cat and Alessandro the dog in various local print media and in video PSAs.
Hello, I'm a dog.
And I'm a cat.
And we both live at the animal shelter, and we would really love to find a good home.
I highly encourage you to consider adopting a cat. We are very intelligent creatures, and unlike dogs, we have a great attention span.
Hey, come on, Ellsworth, that's not true. Dogs have a...
Do you see what I mean?
What? What did I do?
A very popular community event returned to Moreno Valley this year. The city hosted a public safety expo this spring that brought together each facet of public safety in a fun and interactive setting. Live demonstrations, vehicle and equipment displays, tours of the Emergency Operations Center, and the citywide camera system brought residents together to meet Moreno Valley's public safety professionals and volunteers from police, fire, animal services, and many others. The city relies upon its dedicated volunteers and continues to seek new talent to add to its ranks.
As you've just seen, public safety is the City Council's priority number 1, and it also extends to improving our roads and our other public infrastructure.
Moreno Valley's roadways and public assets are in good hands. I'm Mayor Jesse Molina, and I am proud of our Public Works team, who expertly manage a vast array of projects around the city, from funding to construction and maintenance.
It's hard to believe, but 30 years ago, there were only 8 intersections with traffic signals in Moreno Valley. We've come a long way since then, as today's motorists travel more safely with the help of 181 signalized intersections thanks to our dedicated Public Works Department. The city keeps the community connected by improving roadways, public facilities, and infrastructure. In adopting Moreno Valley's capital improvement plan, the City Council carefully considers projects based upon overall benefits to our residents and availability of funding. This year, 29 capital projects valued at approximately $47 million were completed. To reduce the cost to city residents, the city secured $6 million in regional, state, and federal grants for these projects. The Cactus Avenue Improvements Project added a 3rd eastbound lane. The project was partially funded by the State Local Partnership Program grant for $560,000. In a few short months, this segment of Cactus will be widened all the way to Heacock. Mason Street, from Cactus to Fir, will receive a wider, smooth surface, 6 new traffic signals, and streetlights. To further modernize this area, unattractive utility poles will be removed, and utilities will be placed underground. This project should be complete in late 2015. Paris Boulevard from Ironwood to Manzanita is being widened to create 4 continuous lanes, while constructing sidewalks and installing streetlights and a new traffic signal at Pico Vista Way. These enhancements are scheduled for completion in fall of 2015. The $1.2 million Alessandro Median project currently has the major thoroughfare under construction between Indian and Paris as workers install a raised, landscaped median and refurbish the pavement. The project will be complete next month. Work will also begin soon on Ricci Vista Drive, which serves as the northernmost part of the major arterial roadway. Improvements will have a regional benefit since Ricci Canyon links State Route 60 and Interstate 10. Phase 1 of the State Route 60 and Moreno Beach Drive interchange project was completed. The $10 million project realigned the eastbound ramps and extended Eucalyptus Avenue through to Moreno Beach to improve access to the retail centers in the area. The Civic Center entryway was renovated to provide better access to all City Hall visitors and to meet the city's commitment to requirements under the Americans with Disabilities Act. Funds used for the renovation were restricted to capital improvement projects and could not be used to provide city services. Moreno Valley will soon move into the future of traffic management with construction of a new system to improve communication and vehicle flow throughout the city. The $2.4 million project, funded by federal grants, will complete the installation of camera equipment and a fiber optic link in a state-of-the-art system. The first phase of a multi-year master plan to build new facilities at the city's corporate yard is now fully funded and is out to bid. The highlight of the year was the completion of the $16 million final phase of the Nason Bridge Improvement Project. The improvements already have made a positive impact by replacing the old 2-lane bridge with 5 wide lanes and enough shoulder space for bicycles. As part of this project, a sound wall on Elder significantly decreases highway noise in nearby neighborhoods. Nason Street is a major component of the city's transportation network. This project significantly improves traffic flow into the Stone Ridge Town Center, helping to boost its consumer base. To improve electric utility service to new industrial customers such as Amazon, Decker's Outdoor, Procter & Gamble, and future businesses, the Moreno Valley Utility is wrapping up construction of a new substation located at Indian and Andina. MVU's growing reputation for reliable service and operational flexibility is helping to spur industrial development and broaden the city's revenue base.
As you can see, Moreno Valley has invested heavily in its infrastructure. This important work is done in order to spur our economic growth and bring more jobs to our wonderful community.
I dream of the day when every Moreno Valley resident that wants a job can find a job right here where they live. Moreno Valley is steering new job creation and helping businesses thrive. We're welcoming new dining and shopping options and improving healthcare facilities. I'm Mayor Pro Tem Victoria Baca, and I'm proud to say that your City Council is helping Moreno Valley be the best city to live, work, and raise a family.
"30 years ago, the largest employer in the greater Moreno Valley area was March Air Force Base, with 7,000 active duty personnel. Now March Air Reserve Base, March is still the area's largest employer with 8,600 active and reserve personnel comprising units from each branch of service. A successful local economy requires a healthy jobs-to-housing balance. The city remains intently focused on bringing new jobs to our community to strengthen the local economy while supporting local families. Since 2013, the city has attracted approximately 3,000 new jobs. Our citywide team works at the speed of business. The Community and Economic Development Department strives daily to attract, retain, and promote expansion of local businesses. Thanks to its concierge approach, Moreno Valley is now home to national and international brands. Cities across the nation compete intensely to attract Amazon fulfillment centers to their communities. This global economic powerhouse has begun operations at its 1.25 million square foot logistics building in the city's South Industrial area. The brand new fulfillment center facility will handle and ship customer orders, which has the potential for additional sales tax revenue to support city services. And the only thing better than bringing one Amazon facility to the city would be a second one. Plans have already been approved for a second Amazon location, allowing the company to expand its operations here. We have the space for additional operations and the drive to generate even more jobs here in Moreno Valley. Aldi Foods is a national retailer with more than 1,300 stores in the U.S. Construction is fully underway on an 850,000 square foot facility that will support up to 150 new California store locations. Aldi chose Moreno Valley as the headquarters for its West Coast expansion and will employ 200 people at this new facility located at the intersection of Eucalyptus and Redlands. In addition to the warehouse and regional headquarters, this grocery retailer is planning to introduce at least 2 stores in town as well. This year, Procter & Gamble also chose Moreno Valley as the site for a 1,476,000 square foot logistics building at Iris and Indian in the Moreno Valley South industrial area. The city is delighted to welcome this Fortune 500 company, as well as 800 local jobs to our community. The south end of Paris Boulevard has seen the rapid construction of an 800,000 square foot logistics building. This facility is the new home for Deckers Outdoor Corporation, the makers of UGG boots and other high-end footwear. The Moreno Valley facility will also include the internet sales site. Deckers will open later this year and employ approximately 200 people. More job opportunities may lie ahead as the project has an option to increase by an additional 50%. Deckers Outdoor also has a strong sense of community involvement and corporate responsibility, and the city is looking forward to welcoming the Deckers Way into our culture as well. When businesses increase their presence here, it shows that Moreno Valley's economy is growing ever stronger. Harbor Freight Tools is expanding its facility on Cactus Avenue in the Center Point Business Park. Increasing its footprint at the site more than 40% will add 150 local jobs. When combined with a second facility in the South Industrial area, Harbor Freight will occupy more than 2 million square feet in the city. And more development is underway in our city. 24-Hour Fitness is under construction. A 52,000 square foot office building for the County of Riverside is under review. Food for Less is developing 2 new gas stations, which means greater convenience for residents as well as tax revenue for the city. Moreno Valley celebrated the opening of several key retail, dining, and fitness businesses. A major contributor to Moreno Valley's economy, Moss Brothers Auto Group invested in substantial renovation and expansion improvements to their dealerships. The momentum of development is also spreading into other industries, including healthcare and education. Renaissance Village of Moreno Valley is a senior assisted living facility under construction on more than 7 acres at the corner of Moreno Beach Drive and Brodea Avenue. Offering ample amenities, this senior care facility will welcome 100 residents as Phase 1 is completed. Fresenius Medical Center is under construction for a 12,000 square foot dialysis center at the northwest corner of Iris and Oliver. Integrated Care Communities is under construction with a 99-bed skilled nursing facility on the west side of Nason and Brodea. Complementing development and growth in the business sector, the housing market is showing very positive signs. Over the past year, the median sales price for single-family homes has risen by 23%. Permit issuance for the development of new single-family units rose significantly, and the rate of foreclosures declined dramatically. After a 7-year hiatus, new single-family tracts are being submitted for review. Attracting businesses to Moreno Valley is only part of the process. The city works just as diligently to support existing businesses. The city's dedicated small business ombudsman focuses on building direct connections with local businesses, helping them to continue thrive and grow as integral members of the Moreno Valley community. The city hosts a business roundtable, conducts site visits, and produces spotlight videos to promote local businesses. The city's active partnership with Moreno Valley's Chambers of Commerce continues to prove invaluable to ensuring the city understands and effectively responds to the needs of local businesses.
Creating jobs and expanding options for dining and shopping enhance quality of life here in Moreno Valley. Offering first-rate amenities and meaningful programs helps create a sense of community that makes our city truly unique.
As a city, we partner with education, build and maintain beautiful parks, and provide a wide range of programs and events to enhance the quality of life for all our residents. "30 years ago, Moreno Valley had 3 developed parks,
Today, our residents enjoy 38 developed parks and facilities which offer a range of amenities. Residents can now enjoy sports facilities, equestrian sites, a dog park, skate park, walking trails, and even wide open green spaces. Next month, we celebrate the dedication of yet another facility, the LaSalle Sports Park. The city's newest park encompasses 12.8 acres and will feature 3 football fields with natural turf, an exercise track, security lighting, restroom and concession areas, picnic facilities, 2 children's play areas, and parking for 200 vehicles. This is going to be an awesome facility. Join us for the opening ceremonies on September 27th. The Conference and Recreation Center is growing as a centerpiece for the community. As one of the 3 recreation and meeting facilities operated by the city, the CRC provides the perfect location for many events, indoor or outdoor, day or evening. Having only opened its doors 9 years ago, the CRC is continually improving to adapt to the needs of the community. Last year, we dedicated the murals installed in the breezeway, showcasing the long-standing pride and history of the community. The new play equipment installed for Time for Tots has already been tested and approved by those who know best. The city offers more than 80 youth and adult recreation classes. A staggering 13,000 registrations for classes were made this year. Residents took advantage of enrichment classes such as ballet, comic book creation, dance exploration, drawing for kids, engineering fundamentals with Legos, electric guitar and bass, folkloric dance, hip-hop dance, kung fu, piano, karate do, yoga, and Zumba for kids. The city could not support the demand for league sports without key partnerships from community sports leagues. Players from several sports also enjoy opportunities provided by many league organizations. There are no age limits when it comes to having fun or learning something new. The Senior Community Center offers a welcoming place for residents 50 and better to get fit, take classes, play games, create art, or enjoy a meal. Nearly 90 programs are offered each year, and there are special events every month to celebrate our seniors. A city's library is critical to every community by providing the essential resources needed to develop fundamental reading skills and live a lifetime of learning and enjoyment. Moreno Valley's move to contract with Library Systems and Services for operations last year has been a huge success. The move saves the city more than $300,000 annually, while increasing hours, programs for teens and adults, and the number of books and materials available to patrons. Moreno Valley hosted events throughout the past year, putting smiles to the faces of the thousands of residents who participated. 2 new events launched this year include Ride Moval, which provided 5, 15, and 25-mile courses along with a metric century. The ride event ended with a concert, food vendors, and awards. 100 riders participated in this new event. It snowed last year in Moreno Valley. Moval Snow Day made its debut with more than 40 tons of snow delivered for the delight of local children. For some, this was the first time they had seen or touched snow. The day was filled with craft and game booths, dance performances, music, food vendors, and a visit from Santa and Mrs. Claus. The city's signature 4th of July events, the Independence Day Parade, and the Family Fun Fest proved once again to be a great time for Moreno Valley residents. More than 2,000 residents lined the parade route. Over 50,000 people came to Family Fun Fest to enjoy the games for kids, concerts for adults, and fireworks for everyone. The highest level of attendance at all of these events shows that the programs are meeting the interest of city residents and are bringing our community together. We have so much to be proud of in our city. By working together, we have created the good life here in Moreno Valley.
You know, there's so much going on in the city and in this community, and so much to be proud of. This video was just a sample of all that's being done by the city each and every day. As we prepare for the city's 30th anniversary on December the 3rd, it's important to reflect on all that has been accomplished. It is also a perfect opportunity to look at our strategy to move the community forward over the next 30 years. Here are 5 of the key areas where we'll focus. First, the City Council is working with staff to maintain financial stability while balancing the needs of the community. We'll host several public meetings as we move into the budget planning process for the next 2-year cycle. Please stay connected so that you don't miss an important budget meeting. Second, economic development provides the momentum to propel the community forward, creating jobs that will put Moreno Valley residents to work, increase disposable income, and expand the local tax base. It would also shorten commutes, increase the amount of time our residents can spend with their families, and become involved in their neighborhoods. Third, we've been working on a customer service model called Service That Soars to ensure that our ongoing commitment to customer care shows in all that the city does. We had over 100 staff members, volunteers to work together to keep the momentum going as we continue to evaluate and improve how we do business and interact with each and every one of you. Fourth, helping to develop social capital. Investing in people truly enriches Moreno Valley. We're proud to have launched Moreno Valley's first youth advisory group, the Emerging Leaders Council. This group will update the City Council on a wide range of issues from the perspective of these invested young people. Speaking of investments, the Council's decision to partner with LSSI to operate the city's library has proven extremely successful. Our library service hours have increased by 25%, and we're now open 7 days a week. We're providing programs, and we've tripled the amount of money spent to purchase books and other materials. All this has been accomplished while saving taxpayers more than $250,000 annually. We forged partnerships with both schools, school districts, to recognize and promote student achievement. The Student Recognition Banner Program was created by Val Verde Unified School District to celebrate academic success, promote high school graduation, and encourage the pursuit of college-level education. The council also approved a similar agreement with Moreno Valley Unified School District, contributing city staff and equipment to install and maintain these banners. We're delighted to work with our school boards and local educators on all these exciting programs. Fifth, a great community is more than having nice places to eat and enjoying a well-maintained parks. Cities become great when residents are fully engaged in the community. It's wonderful to see more and more residents participate in the life of our community, and I'm committed to keeping up that momentum. Please sign up for the electronic newsletter, check out nextdoor.com, and download the city's new mobile app so that we can all stay connected. Staying connected is also part of what we're doing to promote public safety in Moreno Valley. Public safety is a top priority for every community, and ours will continue to stand together. To strengthen the relationships with our police officers, please attend one of the Coffee with a Cop events. Please join us at the police department's quarterly zone meetings to find out what's been happening in your particular area. Please participate in the Neighborhood Watch program. Please get to know your neighbors and work with them for the betterment of our community. Neighborhood Watch is a great way to connect with officers and neighbors, but it relies upon the heart of volunteerism to make it work. We have a group of dedicated volunteers that work with our police and fire departments, and we would love to have more. There are many people working with safe routes to school, and we would love to have even more. Fantastic volunteers work in our library and animal shelter, and we're asking for more residents to do so. There are so many groups in our community and opportunities to contribute your talents to improve the lives of others. I encourage you to find somewhere to serve, and when you do, I promise you won't be disappointed. Like all communities, Moreno Valley will continue to experience the challenges that come with growth. There's some big decisions ahead of us. The types of developments and jobs that the community wants to attract, how to balance future service costs with revenue growth, how to operate our electric utility as it matures, how to preserve public safety in our city. Addressing these issues requires active involvement by all residents and businesses. We need you to get involved and to share your input. For example, next week's council will have a study session regarding increasing costs for police services. Please make time to join us next Tuesday evening or watch the presentation on MVTV3. No matter what the issue, please get involved in the charting our city's future. That's the key to Moreno Valley's success. And I'd like to keep that in mind. I'll conclude with this. We've come very far in only 30 years. My heart is filled with optimism for our community's future. Thank you for making time to participate in today's program. And here's to another 30 years of working for people, pride, and progress. May God continue to bless you and our great city of Moreno Valley. Thank you very much.
Now we will hear about Moreno Valley from a very unique perspective. Council member Richard Stewart has proudly served our city for 24 years and will retire at the end of the 2014 year after completing his 6th term of office. Please welcome Council member Richard Stewart and join me in thanking him for his decades of dedicated service.
Thank you. Thank you. My wonderful wife and I were married on October 27th, 1984, and shortly thereafter, Moreno Valley Incorporated as a city. It was December 3rd, 1984. As the city celebrates its 30th year, and I celebrate my 30th year with my wife, Susan, I want to thank everyone for the help and the assistance that everyone has given me over the years. Judy Nieberger was instrumental in getting us the first motorcycles, the first 3 little motorcycles we had. The things that have been accomplished over the years are amazing. Since I was first elected in 1990, our population has grown by 70%, which created some real problems for the city. However, it was also proof that the people wanted to come to Moreno Valley, wanted to live here, and wanted to thrive. It's hard to think back to the time when technology didn't play such a large role in our lives. Back when I was first elected to the city council, there were no cell phones. There were no computers. I kept a roll of dimes in my desk at work at the Air Force Base because I couldn't use the government phone to do city business on government time. So I would take a smoke break. Of course, I didn't smoke, but I would go out in the back and use the payphone with the dimes in order to call back Robin or Debbie, who were always calling me with some important thing going on in the city that I had to deal with. I couldn't use the government phone, but by golly, I would use that payphone. I also used to have to change into civilian clothes before coming to City Hall. It wouldn't look good to have someone in Air Force uniform running around doing city business. In 1990, gasoline cost $1.16. First-class stamp was a quarter. The signal at Sunnymead and Heacock was a punched paper tape-driven controlled signal. Our first traffic engineer, when he opened that box, had not seen one of those except in the history book while he was in college. We used to spend about $1 million annually to lease city office space at Cottonwood and Frederick, housed in 3 separate buildings. I'm really glad that we took the plunge to purchase our current City Hall complex. Besides saving us about $100,000 a year, the Civic Center complex centralized city functions together for greater efficiency and symbolizes a more sophisticated, highly professional city organization dedicated to serving all of our residents. They showed a picture of the police station. That's the current mortuary, if you don't know. And the police officers had their lockers outside. They had to go outside to get a locker and change and come back in. We opened 2 new police stations since then, and I was part of the council subcommittee to help design the current police station, although I will say it was supposed to be the 20-year design, the 20-year station, and we outgrew it in about 10 years. We've replaced all the fire stations except Station 48, which was relatively new, providing our firefighters with facilities that effectively support their life-saving mission. We created our own electric utility, both to ensure quality service to new development and to create an economic development tool for us to use in attracting new business. As many of you know, the Council's long-term vision for the Moreno Valley utility has recently been achieved, as our utility has become a key in attracting quality development and jobs to Moreno Valley. In fact, with all these new buildings that they were showing you on here, our utility, if we don't expand it, is going to exceed its capacity by about 115%. Since 1990, more than 25,320 new jobs have been created. We have created our very own in-house legal function by hiring our own city attorney. This resulted in significant savings with the very first year we had our own city attorney. We became the first city in California to regulate downsizing in residential development, to control the mix of small houses with larger homes as a result of the economic downturn. We started an aggressive anti-graffiti program that both removed graffiti and went after those doing the graffiti. This started after one especially bad weekend of graffiti along the Highway 60 on virtually every wall along that highway. I was so angry, I called our city manager, Norm King, and demanded we get a handle on the graffiti issue immediately. I wasn't the only council member calling him that weekend, and as soon as he counted to 3, the problem was solved. Bingo, we had a program. Amazing how that works. We started a park ranger program. We now have a police anti-crime city camera system, which, as you saw, assisted in locating the murderer in the recent double homicide that included one near Sunny Mead Ranch. You now can choose from several nice restaurants in Moreno Valley, and I no longer have to go to Hospitality Lane for a great Outback steak. Moreno Valley has truly come into its own as Riverside County's second largest city and its first new large city. We've accomplished so much together, tackling exciting challenges and shaping this community to reflect all of our vision. I've been fortunate to have enjoyed a fascinating and wide-ranging professional career. I'm deeply proud of my service to our nation as an Air Force officer for almost 32 years. I'm honored to be a member of the legal community for more than 2 decades, and I'm humbled to have served where it matters most, right here in my community, Moreno Valley. Thank you for giving me the privilege to serve you on the City Council for nearly a quarter of a century, and thank you for all that each of you have done to establish Moreno Valley as Inland Southern California's premier community. I look forward to continuing opportunities to support our community and our City Council in coming together to write the next chapters in Moreno Valley's exciting story. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Stewart, and congratulations on your service. This concludes our State of the City address. Thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you at the Celebration Moreno Valley event on Friday, November the 7th. Remember to shop chamber members, shop local, shop Moval. Thank you all very much.